Hello, y'all. Welcome to Vlogtober for October the 6th. It's Thursday. I've had a couple comments lately and over the past several months asking for more information on hot yoga and what we do in a hot yoga class. So I thought this would be the perfect opportunity. I'm going to try to get there today early enough so that I can set up my camera to take maybe like a time-lapse video of what we do in there. I need to ask Amanda though, because she does it and it slows it down. Anyway, I go to, it's called Vidya, V-I-D-Y-A, Hot Yoga and Fitness. It's actually called Vidya Yoga and Fitness, but it is in fact hot yoga. I have been going there for a year now, which is really weird to say, but have absolutely loved every single minute of it. I started going to hot yoga just kind of randomly. A friend of mine begged me to come and I broke down and came, much to his demise because I quickly took over the studio because, honey, I can't help it. Like, I wanted to go in and just be a fly on the wall and not pay attention, and I mean, I wanted to just go in and not like instantly become like the social butterfly that I am, but I just can't help it. It's intertwined in who I am as a person and in my DNA. It's just how it is. And so I went and became instantly obsessed and hooked. It's very much a class that is a definite learning curve, for sure, because especially at my studio, it's very fast paced. We are an Ashtanga based studio. We take from that practice but put a brand new spin on it, and it is very fast paced. We do 3 rounds of flow, what is called vinyasa flow, and then we do a core segment, then we do standing, and then we do a cool down. So all the power classes are 60 minutes and they always follow that format. Within that format, the people can get creative with their flows and what they choose to put in their flows. So each class is unique and different based on the instructor and how they put together their class. And as many of you know, I am actually in yoga teacher training, and so I have 3 weekends left before I get my 200-hour yoga certificate, and I will be able to subclasses and teach classes at the studio, which is amazing, and I'm very excited for that. So that's the long and short of it. There are many different styles and types of yoga across the nation that you will find in different studios. Some of which are very slow, some of which are very fast, some of them are hotter than my studio because they may go slower. Our particular studio, I think, is between, I want to say 90 and 95 degrees. I know some studios are lower than that, and I know some studios are higher than that. I will say that a hot power class at my particular yoga studio is one of the hardest workouts I've ever done in my life. So it's definitely not for the faint of heart. Yoga is great for beginners, or if you've never done it before, it's one of those things that you just have to make yourself go to over and over and over and over and over. Because the more you go, the more accustomed you will get to the cueing, the more accustomed that you will get to the flow of the class. You'll start to know the poses based on the names. At my studio, they call out a combination of the English names for them and the Indian Sanskrit names for the poses. So, for example, crescent lunge. So crescent lunge, that's the American name for it. But sometimes in my studio, they call it by the Sanskrit, which is Anjaneyasana. So you just have to know, you just have to go enough to kind of know that routine. But the good thing about power yoga is you can always look around and see where you need to be. So you can look at other people and just kind of mimic what they're doing until you kind of get the hang of it over time. You can also take breaks as you need. And so what my studio is really good at saying is always come down and take a break when you need. Go down to child's pose when you need. Rest when you need it. Come back when you're ready. So there's no pressure to stay. In my particular studio, you can exit the room whenever you need to. If you need to chill out, grab a drink, grab a break, you can always do that. There's never any pressure of, going crazy. I'm going to go this way. So that's good. It is very overwhelming at first, and I'll tell you why. Once you're in that room, when you're not used to the heat, I have at this point completely acclimated to the heat. My body does not care. I mean, it sweats, of course, but it doesn't. I remember vividly when I first started going to yoga, I would get literally, like, it was almost like my body was scared. Like, why are you putting us in this hot environment and making us do things and we can't leave? It can be a little claustrophobic at first, depending on how crowded your class is, because the combination of that heat and feeling like you can't leave the room can really get to you from a mental standpoint. And at that time, I would say if you're ever feeling like that, you just need to take a break and exit the room and come back when you're ready. So just know that that's an option as well. I typically don't leave because I just try to power through as much as I can. But, you know, we do sweat a lot in my studio. So I, of course, have my yoga mat and my yoga towel. So this is a Lululemon yoga towel. This is a very thin, velvety velour towel that goes on top of my yoga mat because I sweat so much. It's like a faucet. And without this, I would be slipping and sliding everywhere across my mat. The yoga mat that I have right now and love is called a Manduka, M-A-N-D-U-K-A. It's a Manduka Pro mat. They're very expensive. I think I paid $150 for mine, but it will literally it has a lifetime warranty. So it's super durable. It will not absorb sweat at all. So if you're a sweater, you're gonna have to bring a towel. But it's a fantastic mat. It's very heavy. It's very, very heavy. But I like that. That means it won't slide all over creation, and it's just proven to be a very good mat for me. So that's what I recommend. Obviously, water is a must in any hot yoga class. Water. Not only water though. The mistake that I made when I very first joined the studio is I was just bringing water and fully hydrating during class. But I would feel very lightheaded, dizzy, lethargic, tired, achy, crampy afterwards for days. And I couldn't figure it out. I thought, is the class that hard that it's really debilitating me that much? And the answer is no. What was happening was I was not supplementing myself with an electrolyte mixture, so I was not getting any of my electrolytes back in me that I was losing. And so even though I was hydrating with water, all those electrolytes were just gone. So I have gotten very strict. Every time I go to yoga, I have an entire bottle of body armor, which is kind of like a Gatorade, Powerade. Just make sure you're drinking electrolytes before, during, and after class. I can't remember, but I want to say you can, I read a study that during a 1 hour hot yoga class, you can lose up to 2 pounds of water weight just in one class. And so imagine how much liquid that is leaving your body. You got to put that in there, but you also have to be very strategic and put some of the stuff back that you lost in terms of those electrolytes. So just know that going in. And just shop around, see what's in your area, see what hot yoga studios you can find. I always try to, when I'm out of town, if I'm in New York or if I'm anywhere else, I try to find a hot yoga studio and visit it and see what I think. I have yet to find anything that compares to my yoga studio, but that's just me, and that's just where I've been going. I think we are so lucky in the Tri-Cities to have this place, to have Vija, and to it's just amazing. The instructors are superb, the classes are phenomenal, the music's great, and the camaraderie of the people in class is my favorite part. You will get to know people in there, you will become friends with them, it becomes a community, it becomes a group. It's just a good feeling, and I think we all need that right now. So I would highly recommend for that alone. My particular studio is actually getting ready to open up a new studio in Johnson City. So all my local viewers or people that are in the Tri-Cities, they are opening up a Johnson City location soon. So that's very exciting. Should be close to the end of this year or the very beginning of next year, probably, is what I'm assuming. I don't know for sure, but that's just what I would predict in terms of it coming. So tonight's class that I'm going to is a 60-minute hot power class with Nate. He is the owner. He's hilarious. I love Nate. He and I get along like a house on fire, honey. We're besties. This car. The only reason I'm sad is because Auburn's not here. Auburn's at the beach this week, and anytime she's gone, I feel like part of my soul's missing. Auburn, if you're watching this, I love you and I miss you, but hopefully if you're watching this, you're already back. So I went and got a little snack from the Dollar General, honey. I got some Fruit Loop bars because I needed a little something right before class. And I've got everything else ready to go. After class, I'm going to meet Steph and our friend Denise, and we're going to have some dinner downtown. And then that's about it. So yes, I will try to film the entire class today. No judgment on what I look like, because honey, I'm always a hot mess in there. But I will try to do it. I will have to do it to where I can fast forward it a little bit, because obviously, honey, ain't nobody got time to see the whole hour. So I'll make it work. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about yoga, hot yoga, exercise, group exercise classes, please let me know. I'd be happy to answer those for you. And if I don't have the answers, I can point you in the direction to get you somewhere where you can get those answers. But my main thing would be go try it. It's not as scary as you think. Make sure you have electrolytes, make sure you have a mat, make sure you have a towel, and make sure you have an open mind. I never thought, looking back on my first class, that I would be a year later going through teacher training and being as obsessed as I am with hot yoga, and knowing as much as I do about it now. So yeah, I would tell a year ago Tyler to just keep on trucking, because this is going to change your life. So go out, do your yoga, conquer. I'm going to go in here, take class, and show you what we do. Maybe if I can hit the stop button.